What's up, everybody? Weekly recap time. No time for intro.
And here we go.
So you've probably already noticed the Symbiote Spider-Man milestones are over. Sad days. We might know who the next milestone character is. If you checked out a Reddit post, a video that I did as well, looks like we're gonna get some milestones for Emma. So speaking of Emma, she's in the game. We got offers this week. Fantastic, 50 bucks for 50 charge plus some orbs. Now there was a problem with how she came out and started because there were no red star orbs for her, meaning that she didn't have the higher percentage drop rate. So a bunch of people opened orbs and they were upset, saying, why isn't she in there? Why isn't she in there? Well, I will say that one, we got Fox Next saying they're gonna fix it, and then they fixed it. Or did they fix it? So there was compensation sent out. We've seen 5 red star promotions immediately for Emma. So you got that 5 red token, a 2 red token for Emma. And some people got an additional like 26 red star orbs as well. So if you had opened your regular or elite orbs, you got some sort of mishmash of that compensation package, which a lot of other people were going, and you can check out these Reddit posts. I'm going to be flashing them on the screen over here. They're all over the place. It's like there's so many I couldn't pick one. I just started taking pictures of all of them. OMG covered it, Valley covered it. Everyone's pretty much talking about this because people are upset going, hey, wait a minute. Well, if I would have opened in the first 10 minutes, I would have gotten all the red stars that I got while I opened those, plus I would have got compensated later as if they were free, and I would have still got Emma, even though she was only a 15% chance. There were a lot of people pretty upset, honestly, rightfully so. I struggled with this where I waited because I saw it, and I know in the past, Scopely, Fox Next have said, well, you should have checked, sorry. But this time they didn't. They gave people compensation. People who didn't open are feeling at a disadvantage, rightfully so. So we'll see if Scopely actually does something about this. They might be talking about what, people's opinions are. They're definitely paying attention. This is long overdue. The Hand Relic event is getting its rewards increased. There was a data mine that showed this, which was kind of like, okay, that's good. Like it, dug it. It was in the video that I mentioned a second ago. And it was brought up in a Reddit post. And we also got it confirmed in an in-game mail. So it's happening. So if you don't have your hand built up, probably a little bit more motivation to do so now. The first Beast Blitz is behind us. We got the rewards for that. Top one, it was about 79 million. Third place was about 8 million behind that with 70. And the top 100 was about 45 mil. So pretty intense blitz, but not as high as some of the recent ones we've seen. And now we're in Blitz number 2 for Beast. Got the predictions up there. Now we also have the X marks the spot event going on, but truth is that event's pretty easy. Speaking of that, we had our buddy Dutch do a calculator. So if you are kind of confused or not sure how much you should do it, go check out his video. He will lay it out for you and you will figure out what you need to do to make sure you max all those milestones. Also note in that X marks the spot, or the graphic went from Elite 5 to having none. It was a graphic mix-hap. Some people were upset about it. I wouldn't get too worked up about it. This seems to be a reoccurring theme in the last week of MSF series we got going here. Another tune for Orbtainable. So X23 going to Orbs. Seems like they did that with all these X-Force. I hope that's not the way they're going to plan to have us farm them for Doc Ock. So there's some discussion about Marauders beating Black Order. Did a video on that in some PvP. Was able to successfully do it multiple times in a row. Walked through how to do that. It takes some patience. So there's no special huge characters in that. It's just the plain Marauders telling you how to get there in a balanced PvP mode. So can you do it often? Can you punch up? Not really, but it is possible, which was pretty surprising. During that video I just referenced, I mentioned that I was surprised that Mystique did not give Sinister her stealth when he copied all of her positive buffs. And I was confused by that. I was wondering, is that a bug? And again, I talked to Dutch about this and he showed me some code, it's up there somewhere, where the code actually says that she copy all positive effects other than taunt and stealth. So that's not in the game text anywhere, but that's something that actually is in the code. So that was what happened there. There was some talk about maybe it might have been a cleanse from Proxima or something like that. Well, apparently it's actually a code thing. So Dutch actually played with this a little bit with Hand Sentry and confirmed it. So don't expect to get any of that stealth from Mystique. All right, let's get to the war correspondent to see how it ended up. Hey, it's a clone of me. So Bleeding Edge comes in at 15. Kree Royal Navy 14, Black Order at 13, Wakanda Peak at 12, Quarantine Lord stays out of that top 10 at 11, Legion of Zeus back rub does come in at 10 and holding on to that top 10 spot. 9 is Alliance, 8 Burns When I Kree, Pants of Hulk Multiverse stays at number 7, Wakanda Black at 6, Fake Black at 5, Baby Yoda at 4, and the top 3, Pants of Hulk Smash, Pants of Hulk jumps up above them, and Legion of Cabal at number 1. You can see those are all within just a few 100 points of each other, so that was a pretty tight race. Till next time, keep on fighting. Thanks, Clone WolverThor. Now let's go to our raid specialist. Okay, with about 2 days left, we got Illuminati Elite at 15, Legion of Black Dragons at 14, Fake Purple at 13, Wakanda Pink at 12, Pants of Hulk, Nova Asgard at 11, Agents of Z at 10, Pants of Hulk at 9, Zero Groot at 8, Pants of Hulk Smash at 7, quite a different top 10, 6, Orphos de Forca, Green Fake at 5, New Age of Salvation at 4, also very close to Fake Black, Baby Yoda at 2, and then Legion of Cabal a bit ahead. Thanks there, Raid Guy. We've been talking a lot about war, Emma, Marauders. There's some talk about what are we going to do for their war counters, you know? How are we going to beat them? Well, Dutch, again, shout out, we're getting a lot of Dutch love today. An Extron 150k punch up against these things. Also, my buddy Yeti has been showing some Inhumans wins, so you can see that, and it seems like that's kind of where it's settling in with this counter, is Inhumans. Sometimes if you got a strong Marauders, then you want to throw Ultron in for that Quake spot. So we're adding a new segment into the last week of MSF series, and that's the suggestion of the week. We'll do these whenever we find phenomenal ideas from the community. A shout out to Sidwell on Reddit for the idea of putting 3 red stars in a pack when you buy a new character. Think about that for a second. New character, shards, all these, sometimes there's just random purple things, whatever, some other orbs. Why not throw 3 red stars in there? Because the reality is that's what they need to be serviceable. And you know what? You're likely going to get more people to spend money on that if you know you're going to get those red stars. It's just an idea, Scopely. Think about it. Sidwell, shout out to you. Great idea. Time for the blog. It's a juicy one. 1 second, please. All right, here we go. I'm not going to read every sentence here. We're going to cover pretty quick. So Doom War looks like that's the next step in your campaigns. We'll get into that in a little bit. They got some blitzes that they're talking about, a godly bonus event, some more gold, but unmask the new Hydra's newest member, Baron Zemo. He's been talked about here a little bit for a while, so shouldn't be a huge surprise to folks, but it looks like he is going to be giving some abilities here to not letting minions revive, which I will say appears to be a counter for none other than Hydra. So interesting there. So let's see, it looks like he's got some synergies with Winter Soldier, Crossbones, Hydra Grenadier. So let's see, Baron Zemo is a villain global skill controller Hydra. His basic apply assist now to Hydra Grenadier, attack primary target for 290% damage. Special with a very short cooldown appears to be the first turn here. Clear 3 death proof from primary target. Attack primary target for 450% damage. If primary target is a minion, attack for 900% damage plus 20% piercing and stun. Minions killed by this attack cannot be revived. Again, 2 out of 2 cooldown here. Gave 5,000% extra focus for this attack, so should clear all his death proof. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. Get rid of the minions. Ultimate, Premeditation. This one's a little bit longer cooldown, 5 out of 5. Attack primary target for 350% damage. Apply ability block for 1 turn and slow for 2 turns. Rebound chain to 4 targets, some damage, apply slow for 2 turns, gain charged. Passive, the true leader. So there's clearly a Hydra versus Hydra thing here, so you are going to be able to use those Inhumans on the very pesky Marauders. So this was a quick ability to switch over if you weren't able to beat the Hydra team with your symbiotes. So the passive, on spawn, gain charge and apply immunity for 1 turn and defense up for 2 turns to self and all Hydra allies. So your standard defense up. On turn, if charged, attack all non-minion enemies for 300% damage and all minion enemies for 400% damage. Then clear 3 positive effects from all enemies, apply disrupted for 2 turns to all minion enemies and lose charged. So on his turn, if he's got this charged, which on spawn he gains charged, you do all of that. So you will attack all non-minion for 300 damage, all minion for 400% damage, and then clear 3 positive effects from all enemies and apply disrupted for 2 turns. This passive is redunculous. It is just silly. And then lose charge. You gain charge after you use the ultimate, so you'll get it. On turn, he'll do that thing. Let's see, and that's the only time you gain charge. So you want him to go. If you decide to use the ultimate first turn, you gain charge again. So his second turn, he's going to do that passive 1 more time. So it's like, all right, I'm going to clear everybody out. Gain speed, 40% speed. Non-minion Hydra allies gain 40% speed. On war offense, on enemy minion turn, apply 1 evade up to a maximum of 3 to self and all adjacent allies. This dude is countering Hydra. Just forget about it. So don't build your Hydra if you haven't already. I'm so glad I didn't build those guys. Pretty cool looking tune here. They talk about some adjustments in some other characters. Hydra Grenadier increased damage on the basic. On the special, same thing. Passive, gain a 40% focus. Hydra allies gain some additional focus. If Zemo is an ally, gain an additional 20% damage. Winter Soldier, you're probably going to get Grenadier, Zemo, Winter Soldier, Crossbones, and we'll see about the next one. For an additional 10% health, 10% speed. His special got updated for some damage for 210% damage. Apply the bleed. Bonus stack 2 times for additional damage, plus a 75% chance to apply bleed. His passive gets updated for 15% crit chance. If Zemo is an ally, gain 20% max health. Gain an additional 10% crit chance for self and all Hydra allies. Crossbones, additional health 10%, additional damage 5%, armor 3%. Special, heal self for 20% of max health. If Zemo is an ally, heal for 30% of max health instead. Ultimate, if Zemo is an ally, gain defense up. So maybe when he does that bomb, he actually doesn't lose as much HP because it's decreased in half, which is great. Passive, Vengeance, updated. On spawn, if Zemo is an ally, generate an ability energy for self, which means he's using an ultimate first turn. Gain 20% max health. If Zemo is an ally, gain an additional 20% max health. Gain 5% armor. Hydra allies gain 5% armor. So this seems to be something they're trying to make for a counter to Hydra, like I said. We'll jump into that in another video. It's kind of crazy. Hydra versus Hydra. Red Skull Ultimate Storm Assault. It's now updated for unavoidable and unblockable. All right, Doom War. So this is the next campaign that we're going to get, and you've got to be able to finish Nexus Chapter 8 to be able to open this campaign. They are going to be locked behind some specific traits. Mission 1, Mutant, Hero, and Inhuman. Missions 4 through 6, Mystic, Hero, Guardian. Missions 7 through 9, Shield, Wave 1, Avenger, and Fantastic Four. So very specific characters here, pretty interesting. The rewards from this, what they're calling Doom War, will include super gear pieces required for gear tier 14, which we, the community, have been calling mini uniques. So we can start transitioning, I guess, to calling them super gear pieces, because I'm guessing the ones for 15 we're going to call mega gear pieces. I don't know. I was trying to call them big gear versus mini unique, but if we get a name from Fox next, that'd be great. Here's where you can, the shards you're going to get from this. Thor's going to go into Doom 1.6, which probably means hopefully he'll come out of that raid store and someone else will go there instead. Negasonic is going to go into 1.9, so she should be farmable fairly soon, I guess, but hopefully before Doc Ock, we'll see. Start prepping, and then Catalyst, Cataclysm. So we're going to get another Fun in the Sun event where we get a bunch of these catalysts 3 times. So if you need those SBCs, etc., which I, by the way, found to be way more valuable to use your campaign energy on those versus the advanced. We've got upcoming blitzes, so we got an orange and blue gear on day 1, gold on day 2, and a purple gear on day 3. So all that's pretty nice. And then right after that, you got Crystal coming up in a blitz. So if you don't have her maxed or close to it, you've got a blitz coming for her. Asgard, because Black Bolt's coming here shortly, you've got a double drop event for that. Got your double drop for Mercenaries for Payday. And then we've got Legendary Trade Chain. So basically all the Legendaries in the game, Iron Man, Nick Fury, Star-Lord, Magneto, Shuri, Invisible One, etc., are going to get a trait called Legendary. And they say that, you know, just to be able to sort these a little bit easier and help newer players find them. They also mentioned that, you know, when people first started the game, people like Elektra Crossbones also were considered legendary. Those characters aren't getting this. And I can promise you, this is not the only reason this trait's coming in the game. There is going to be an unlock in the future for a legendary character. It's going to require legendary characters. You watch. That's why this is here. Till next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.